And I'm live. And does it look like anyone's in here right now? No, it doesn't. So I'll wait until somebody comes in to give the tragic news. And so right now I'm reading zero. Oh, now all of a sudden it says 5. Get bad news, folks. Tyson from Copper John's contacted me earlier today, said he couldn't make it. And it just between full-time job and that new Harley Davidson project he's got going on, he just couldn't make it. I have put a link in the description. It's got a star on it. It's the second comment. So if anyone wants to come in, feel free. Just let me know in the comment section. I have a habit of letting people wave their hands below and ignoring them. Hi, Gia. So let's get started. Part of the reason I was going to have Tyson on, I did a review of sorts. In fact, let me start going through these comments. Oops, missed a bunch. First is, they call me E-Rock. This is the link if anyone wants to come in. And I was just mentioning that Tyson let me know earlier today that he couldn't make it. He was very nice about it, very apologetic, just with the combination of getting home from a full-time job and trying to get ready for that Harley Davidson collaboration he's got going with, I guess it's 3 or 4 dealerships. Don't be a Karen. And hello, Ellie. So with that, he said he just could not make it, was very nice about it. And so here I am on my own. I did want to mention that I did do a revisit of Copper John's. I had tried Copper John's about 9 months ago, and it was driving me crazy that I really liked it, but hadn't used it in roughly, 9 months. And so I decided to revisit it, see if I liked it as much as I did the first time around. And I've got to tell you, one of the things that amazed me when I was recording the video, I went to his website, just check it out, refresh my memory. And I realized that he offers 0.44 ounce samples. That's pretty darn close to a full, well, half an ounce. And I think it's a wonderful size, wonderful price at $8.95. Hi, Nicholas. And again, woof woof, love those labs. In fact, Frank, beans. Come on, boys. So here we go. Say hello to Love Them Labs. This is my Beansy. And, oh, get out of here. Come here, Frank. Up. And this is my Frankie, Frank and Beans. So, as I said, I'm on my own, but in the process of doing that little revisit, I think it was On the Rocks and Summer Citrus that I was looking at or revisiting, and I was able to check out the website, see that they've got that awesome sample size. If I get my assistant over here, I'll have her bring them over to me. Yes, they are good boys. Hey, Gia, can you bring something down here for me? Can you bring something to me? There are 3 bottles. They're thin bottles on the bathroom counter. 3 bottles on the bathroom counter. So I've got 3 more scents from Copper John's that I'm going to be trying out. Not this week, next week. This week I'm doing Voodoo Men's Craft, I believe. But I was wearing today the Skipper scent. Yes. And just check out these bottles. That's a 0.44 ounce bottle. And what's nice about these bottles, it's a lot of oil for a cheap price. You get basically a full-size dropper in it. Only downside to this bottle, especially if you're as shaky as me, easy to topple over. And yes, they are hot dogs. So, and again, as I mentioned before, there is a link if anyone wants to join in. Right there, it's the second comment. So if you want to, feel free. If not, I'll just wing it. So as I mentioned, I've got the Skipper that I'm going to be trying out. I've got that actually in right now. Awesome scent. cutting you here. Mountain River, which I tried briefly. I believe this is the one that has a little bit of myrrh in it, which is always cool. In Angler's Code, and I think this is more of a citrus thing. Oh, I thought I lost everything for a second there. So I'll be reviewing those in a couple weeks. This week, like I said, I've got Voodoo Men's Craft. And since I mentioned I've got Skipper in, what does everybody have in beer tonight? I know I've got to try Copper John's butter. If I try it, I think I want to get it in the Skipper scent. One thing I really dug, I tried it for the first time today. For me, if a citrus scent gets 2 or 3 hours of scent duration, I'm pretty much satisfied. I mean, I'm not thrilled, but they're citrus scents. This sucker goes about 6 hours, 4 to 5 really emanating, but it was still there, and I could tell it was there at 6 hours. So I'm digging this Skipper scent. In fact, if I get the butter, I'm going to get it in the Skipper scent. Mountain River is high on my list. I tried both Angler's Code and Mountain River on the same day. I think I had Angler's Code in. When it settled down, I just threw the Mountain River over it. I liked them both. I didn't really pay attention enough to really get a really good idea about it. In Solitude by Copper Johns. I wonder what that is. I could look it up. But yeah, I'm really digging Copper John's. And the one thing that I keep on hearing is that I've got to try the butter. And I tend to not review butters. I spend enough money on oils. I'm not going to get a matching butter for every single one I get. And let's take a look, see what the Solitude is. Unless that's one of those monthly ones, and I'm not going to see it coming up here. That must be one of his scent of the month, because I don't see it here in the main. Tailored Businessman. Oh, I did ask everybody what they've got. Okay. So what have we got here? Mark has got Defined Deep Pockets. I've never tried that one. Solitude by Copper Johns. I've never tried that one either. Tailored Businessman. Bearded Horsepower case collab with Scott. You know what? I've been wondering what happened with Bearded Horsepower. If I had to guess, I know he was going back to school and he manages, I guess, a couple of car dealerships. And he probably... Jay's Fresh Brewed. I've actually got Jay's Fresh Brewed. I really dig that. I'm trying to remember. I think Jay's Fresh Brewed is nutty and it's got maybe banana in it. I really don't remember. My Custom Dashing Z's. I've got to check that out, see what that's about. And Solitude may be in the new Harley line. You know what? I think you're right, because I closed my email, but I had an email that showed the 4 different scents with the new Harley line, or whatever they're calling it. Ruckus Alley Cat. I love Ruckus. That's such a cool scent. And Solitude is a clone type. Yes, it's a monthly, but Casey said it's back for sale. Yeah, I've got in fact, I've got a few things that I'm testing out. I just got Dage Page in. I think I'm going to do Voodoo Men's Craft this week, Dage Page the following week, and then get back to Copper John's for the week following that. Really kind of looking forward to the Dage Page one. I tried it one day, and I think it's one of those scents I'm going to have to wear it 4 or 5 times before I can decide. It kind of reminds me of when I first tried the Chieftain, I think it was, from Black Rebel. I really kind of didn't like it, and brought it on a vacation with me, so I'd have to wear it, and it's turned out to be one of my favorite scents. When I could no longer get the Chieftain from Black Rebel, I've been getting now the Cedar and Orange from Beard Brothers. And there's something about Dage Page, which is a citrus cologne that in a way reminds me of orange and cedar. It's not an orange and cedar, but something about the way the orange is muted kind of reminds me of that vibe. So, and but yeah, it was a little disappointing that Tyson couldn't make it, but we'll get him in here some other time, and we'll see how I do. Kind of trying to roll with this for a full hour. Dashing Z's is spruce, orange, sea salt, oak moss, bamboo, sage. Going to be on the website in 2 weeks. Wow. That really, usually evergreens don't really do it for me, but I'm wondering how that spruce and orange are going to work together. And as far as the oak moss, bamboo, I don't know. And the sage at the tail end sounds really good. I think it was a review by Daniel the Bearded, and he was talking about something that was, I think it was some sort of fruit with sage, and it sounded really interesting. And I hate when I see a scent and I'm really kind of taken by it, and then I just kind of, it falls, out of my memory. I've got to re-look up that video he did and find out what it was that Daniel the Bearded did. In fact, I'll see if I can look it up now and see which company it was. Hey, Gary, how's it going? And since a few more people came in, I thought I'd repeat it again. I know in my thumbnail, I had down that Tyson from Copper Johns was going to be in, but he just couldn't make it. He was very nice about it, but he had to pull out. He let me know earlier today. So unfortunately, we don't have Tyson with us. And what does Ellie say? I know some people swear by Black Rebel Beer Company, but I'm not overly impressed by the scents. They're good scents, and don't get me wrong, I like them, but I wasn't impressed enough to spend the price on it again. I like his scents, and what I especially like about his scents, and to me this kind of can make up for it, is the strength of the scents. I love a scent that's so strong that it hits you in the face and it stays with you, and everybody in the room can tell you walked in. And I think you kind of get that with companies like Luxurious Bastard and Black Rebel, those really strong scents. And I've got to tell you, I've had some scents from Black Rebel that I really loved. I thought Cash was awesome. I'm not a bourbon guy, but I just thought that was a spot on oil. I like some of the sweet scents like the Escape and Super Yenko. That was pretty awesome. It was Copper John's Cocopelli. And I think that's one of his new ones, right? That just came out. And Gary's got a rash on his hand and red rings around my eyes. Maybe contact dermatitis on a steroid and can't wear any oil for a few weeks till it's gone. Holy smokes. You know what? I don't know what the heck my beard would look like if I couldn't put anything in. But contact dermatitis. I don't even know what that is. I thought dermatitis was basically just a general term for a skin ailment. Yeah, monthly scent. And I think that's a new one that just came out. Yeah, that does suck. But I hope you feel better, especially anytime you've got a skin condition that's getting around those eyes. You got to be super careful and not play any games. Cocopelli is 1903. You know what? I tend not to get the monthly scents no matter who they're from. Just because if I'm going to review something, reviewing something that's going to be available for such a limited amount of time, kind of doesn't make any sense for me. I will tell you that for a while I was doing reviews of the Black Rebel scents that came out, but I just kind of stopped it. A lot of Black Rebel scents can be on that dark manly side, and I'm just starting to really kind of get into the dark manly scents as opposed to the sweet light scents that I usually go for. In fact, one that really kind of took me by surprise was Diamond Hand from Luxurious Bastard. When I first put it in, I really didn't think that much of it, and I've just come to absolutely love that scent. I think I'm going to get it in the butter as well. And So Ian, for anyone that came in new, I know I'll keep on just saying this during the live stream that Tyson from Copper Johns was supposed to be in, but he had to cancel earlier today. So unfortunately, we don't have him with us. Yeah. Now, when you say something you touched caused rash, I'm, like poison ivy. I'll tell you, I wouldn't say I'm allergic to dogs, but from time to time, if I touch my dogs or, the soft under part of my arm, I'll get all these little, it almost looks like I've got a bunch of spider bites all up and down my arm. They'll pop up and then they're gone within 5 minutes, but it's in the Harley line as 1903. I'm wondering why the name is 1903, because I thought the name was actually Coco Pelli. Or is that who they're doing the sort of collaboration with? Yeah, and I closed down my email before I started the live stream, so and my Beal, yeah, I can imagine it would feel like trash. I'm curious if you could wear just something that's all natural and unscented, and if that might be doable for you. Maybe ask your doctor if you can get away with wearing something really pure, as opposed to going 2 or 3 weeks, without it. Because I would imagine there must be some oils out there that would cause no kind of irritation. Yeah. Like Ellie is saying here, olive oil. I wonder if just plain olive oil would, give you any trouble. Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. It was a scent of the month. Now it's in the Harley line. So same oil, same scent, new name. Yeah, and I must have seen an email sometime back when he first came up with that name, because it did sound familiar to me, even though I've never tried it. So, and so as far as the scents, the oils I'm trying for the next 3 weeks, I'd love some suggestions on some companies that I should be trying. I can tell you the short list of the companies that I've been thinking about. I've been trying to just slow my roll a little bit as far as buying a bunch of oils. But the ones I've got coming up is I've got to get some stuff from Lux. He offered me a very generous discount code. I think it'd almost be rude to not use it. And I want to try Apex Beard Company. I want to try Avocado Beard Company. And I know that what's that Louisiana company? Mudcat Whiskers has got a super duper code up until Father's Day. I think it's Dad Beard, and it's 35% off. So I definitely want to try some Mudcat Whiskers. But beyond that, I'd love some suggestions. Alley Cat Happy Now oil. You know what? I've got so much Alley Cat that I wasn't really considering getting some more. But you're saying Happy Now oil? I'll give it a look. I've never tried Barden, and I think part of the reason I've always thought of it as the shampoo company, and never really gave it much thought as far as what they have for beard oil. In Anointed, in fact, I forgot. I've got Anointed. I got his barbershop, and I've got to do a video about that. But the trouble I'm having with it is that it's an OG barbershop, and sometimes it can be difficult to really kind of tell the difference between some of these OG barbershops, because sometimes they can be very similar, especially when they're talcum heavy up front. I was kind of playing around with them, wearing Ace of Fades and then the Anointed barbershop, as well as the Beard Shack barbershop, and just trying to really focus on what the differences are. And for a couple of them, they were really kind of close. And Ellie, I just mentioned, yeah, I keep on meaning to go to Mudcat Whiskers and order something because they've got some super duper discount code. And I think it's just, if you guys want to try it out, Dad Beard, and that with capital D. And from what I remember on a little quick live stream he did on Instagram, that's 35% off up until, yeah, no, I'm going to use Lex's code. I've just been holding off because I don't want to be a pig using the code. And, but at the same time, I don't want to get so much that I, you know, part of my thought is that I can't, I've got a lot of Beard Shack products. I've got a lot of Lux products, but you know, you can't do a review week after week after week on the same companies. So I've been kind of holding off, and I'm wondering if that code is good for apparel swag. I get the feeling that probably it isn't, and I shouldn't try and use it that way. Yeah, I've got to take a look at, you know what? I've got a little list of companies that I'm going to try out. Let me, or at least look at. Let me put that up there. Oops. What happened here? I kind of lost my place. Yeah, maybe once the steroids kick in. But I would go ahead and ask your doctor about wearing, you know, something like Ellie said, just plain olive oil or coconut oil. Yeah, okay, I've already gone through these. Anointed, I'm actually trying that now. Mudcat, that super duper code. You know what? I wish I could share the code, but Lux gave it, and he said it's just for me to use, and you know, so I can't spread it around. Yeah, I'll definitely. I've got Barton down on my list, so I'm going to check them out. I've got a number of oils from Bearded Mac, and I've just kind of never circled back around to them, or haven't in a while. So, and I guess they've got it in ostrich oil. I'll tell you one thing that I was happy about getting the Voodoo Men's Craft. I kind of miss what's the other, emu oil. I know it's very difficult to tell the difference between emu and ostrich, and maybe it's impossible, but when Black Rebel first came out with the ostrich, I could tell a bit of a difference between the two blends. I don't know if that difference is the difference between ostrich and emu, or if it's that plus the little changes he made to the, you know, other 25 or 50% or whatever it is with Black Rebel. But I've always felt like I prefer emu a little bit more than ostrich. My feeling has been that ostrich oil makes my beard a little bit softer, but it also makes it a little bit more difficult to style. Oak City Beard Company, you know what? I'm going to add them to my list, and I'm not sure I'll buy, but I'm sure I'll check it out and see what they've got. So they're in the list. Kevin from the Beard Shack, I was just talking about you. It was all good. At Mark, the classic is fire. I don't know what at Mark is. Beard Shack. Barbershop, yes. I was talking about your barbershop a little bit. Mudcat, then Lux, then Avocado, then Apex. Oh, you know what? I do remember watching his little live stream, and he was talking about the different little things that he includes in with the orders. And I just completely lost my place again. I'm wondering, is my feed going through fine this time? Last week it was a real mess. It was because there I am. It's because I was doing a backup at the same time as trying to do the live stream. And in case there's some new people in here, I did want to mention, again, one of the things that I really enjoyed learning about when I did my little revisit of a couple cents from Copper John's is these bottles, these 0.44 ounce bottles. They're supposed to be samples to me. This is not a sample. This is close to a half an ounce for $8.95. When I was thinking about it, if I had purchased 3 cents, I would have been paying close to $60 with shipping. You get 3 cents at $8.95, and it's just a lot easier situation to deal with. And Dad Beard and Muttcat Whiskers has a great scent with Parrish. And you said 30. I could have sworn that, and maybe he changed it, but when I saw his live stream on Instagram, he did say it was 35%. So I don't know if he's changed that. Thanks, Russ. Yeah, I had just been thinking about the grape seed oil situation for a while, and it occurred to me that everything that's been said about grapeseed is true. Sometimes it's made with the hexane. It goes bad a little quicker than some other oils, but it doesn't go bad any quicker than, let's say, hemp seed, and can last even longer than rosehip. So I just thought it was a good idea for a video. And Gary asked if hemp seed oil is okay. Hemp seed actually doesn't work for me that well. It makes my beard super soft, but I get a lot of flyaways, and it can be really difficult. There's a company that I've wanted to try for quite a while. The owner just seems like a nice guy. Beach Bum Beard Care, I think, is the name. And for the oil, hemp seed is number one on that ingredients list. And to me, I think, what's the point of me reviewing an oil that I'm probably not going to like all that much, when the only reason I'm not going to like it is because I have a particular issue with hemp seed, just like some people can't stand grapeseed. At least for now, straight up olive oil works. I use it as moisturizer all the time. Yeah, I mean, if I was suffering like you, I'd be giving my doctor a call and seeing what he says. And beard gents, I'm going to mark that down. I think I might have tried that, Russ. I know I've heard the name a number of times, and I've got this vague idea that I've tried it. And yeah, I mean, I think eczema is probably a little different from this contact issue he's got with whatever he touched, but and what have we got? Western Ram. Just ordered 2 original oils and emu oil from Beard Brothers. Thoughts on their blend? You know what? I haven't tried their emu blend, but I've tried their standard blend, and I'm so in love with the cedar orange that I kind of don't think that much about feeling beard when I'm wearing Beard Brothers. I had gotten rosé, and I think that's their best seller, and the cedar orange. I gave the rosé away. It's a great scent, just not quite the greatest scent for me, because it was a little, if I remember right, a little too spicy, a little too dark for my taste. But every time I've used the cedar orange, and I think I'm getting pretty low, I do make a mental note that I'm digging the oil as well, is the scent. Yeah, I mean, if it's allowed, I'd go for it. You could always put the cream on the skin and work to get the oil into the beard and avoid the skin. And I saw the July 4th post. Yes, Beard Shack is coming out with 2 scents. One of them on July 4th, Freedom. And I am really, really looking forward to trying that scent. Kevin's in here, and he could tell us what's in it. But if I remember right, it's amber, cherry, and I can't remember the 2 other things. Feed is great. I don't know what that means. Feed is fine, Ken. Okay, I must have lost something. I must have missed something. Hey, Alex, how's it going? I was just talking about that I've got your oil and butter in, and I've been using that this week. I did take a break for today because I thought Tyson was going to be on, and I thought I should wear one of his oils for the day he was going to be on. But I've been really enjoying that scent. I think it's Lazy Bones, and let's see how good I am at remembering. It's tobacco, strawberry, um, bay rum, and I am losing, papaya and some other fruit. I don't know what 719 is. 619. June 9th, 1865, enslaved African Americans in Texas were told they were free. Yeah, we need another holiday. Teachers especially need it. All they get is the summer. Come on. Hey there, how's it going Hoosiers? And Western Ram said he ordered Crusher's Creations regular oil, and after a week of use, I don't think it works the best for my beard. Do you like it? I got Crusher's Creations once. It was a long time ago, and I just didn't like the scent. It was some sort of fall scent, and it was just a little too sweet and floral at the same time for me. A lot of people, I don't even remember the name of the scent, but I disliked the scent so much that I really didn't wear it. So I have no idea whether I like Crush's Creations. From what I've heard, people like it. But same way it doesn't work for you, hemp doesn't work for me. There was a company, it's not around anymore. I think he opened up a new one, but it was Chronic. And I mean, that stuff, I went through half a bottle just trying to find a way to make it work. Did I not drink enough water the day I wore it? Was it too humid out? Mango, Voodoo Men's Crafts. Yep, I missed one piece of it. And no matter what I did, finally one day at the dinner table, the lady of the house looked at me and said, "Whatever you're wearing in your beard, it's not working for you." So I don't think there's probably anything wrong with Crushers. It was just, for my beard, a little too much hemp. So maybe, from what I've heard, people love Crushers Creations. So maybe it's the same sort of thing for you, Ram. Just, not your oil. And he found out today because we're closed on Monday. It's a new holiday. Oh, so this is, you must be in Texas, Russ. Okay. I thought you were saying, for a second, I thought you were saying that there was a national holiday for something that happened in Texas. Havana, citrus, spices, tobacco, leather, and mahogany. You know what? I am shaky when it comes to spices. Sometimes I can really dig it. For example, what's the one from Tailored? It's named after Tailored Spice, named after the Dune movie, sort of. I absolutely love that scent, but a lot of spicy scents just, leave me wanting. She's the epitome of colonization. Iberian, Spaniard, Portuguese, Native, and African, and I was surprised about Juneteenth when they started that a few years ago. There was a woman I knew, and for years, she'd constantly run her mouth about being Italian and, really, really got into it. One day she showed up looking kind of depressed. Her whole family had told her that she was Italian all her life. She was in her, early 50s. And she got one of those tests to get your ethnicity and found out she didn't have a drop of Italian in her. So, yeah, pretty close. I think I missed that one, the mango. Okay, we've got a few Bay Area Beard Company. I'm going to write them down. because I had intended to get them, but I don't know if Beach Bums and Bay Area still do their live stream together. But at one point, he had talked about doing a Captain Crunch with crunch berries, and I always kind of just held off buying, waiting for my Captain Crunch and crunch berries to come. And in fact, recently I went. Whose website was it? It's man, I can't read. I don't think I even have it on my list. Somebody had a Captain Crunch and Crunch Berries, and it sold out on me before I could get it. I did leave an Instagram message with the T3. T3 had Captain Crunch and Crunch Berries sent. And again, I was going to order from T3, but now I really don't want to order unless I can get my, Captain Crunch and Crunch Berries. So, and what have we got here? Bay Area, it's on my list. Aztec Beards. I believe that's another one that's heavy on the hemp and probably not the greatest idea for me. And Fresh Beards, Taylor Beard, I've tried a million of theirs. Bloom Beards, that's one that I've heard a lot about. So let me add that to just check them out. And you know what? I'm going to add Fresh Beards too. See, I'm getting a lot of homework to do here. What else have we got? Crushers Creations. I've got to take another look. Haniaker. I just tried their whatever that blackberry scent was. Really liked it. Elite Grooming. I've never tried. I don't think. What I really enjoy is loud, obnoxious scents. So if anyone, and I don't mind scents that aren't that loud, and I can enjoy them, but I really do like getting punched in the face with the scent. And I do like it to, I like it to be my herald, like the Silver Surfer for Galactus. When I walk in the room, I want my beard oil to announce my presence. Cun Beard, Nicholas Beard. Nicholas Beard is one that I did try some samples, and I really do want to try more, but I find his website to be annoying. I could figure it out. To me, if people want you to order from them, they should make their websites easy to navigate. And I've always felt like Nicholas Beardworks' website is not easy to navigate. So I usually just get annoyed and say I'm not ordering. Alex from Voodoo Men's Craft. And Who's Your Reviews is ordering some Nicholas Beardworks for Father's Day. Gift to himself. I don't blame you. Don't tell the wife. Just do it. $50 on a 2-ounce oil. That's one thing I do not like or appreciate is 2-ounce bottles. Even one of the oils that I really do kind of dig, Honest Amish. I just don't really like the idea of a 2-ounce bottle. I think Bandbox Fella might be the old Chronic. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think it might be. Oh, you're in Florida, and they're making freeing of the slaves in Texas a national holiday or a holiday in Florida. It's a national holiday now. I don't get how something that was unique to one state can be a national holiday, but I don't know. I believe E-Rock is from Texas. Have a great week, Kevin. Hit that like button. Why not? Voodoo, born in Guatemala but raised in America. And I believe Texas. And I do have some Anointed, and I've been using it. and Orale, if I know how to say that. Daniel the Bearded. In fact, Daniel, I was just talking about you. You had done a review, and my long-term memory loss is going to kill me now. It was a review, and I believe it was some sort of fruit with sage or something with sage. It was within the last week or two. I can't remember what company it was, but I was just taking suggestions on different companies that I'm going to take a look at, to buy from. And one of them was going to be a scent you reviewed. It was something paired with sage that you might not initially think sounded like a good idea, but it sounded really interesting to me. And if I remember right, you really liked it. So, yes, Nicholas Beard works is overpowering. They're very pricey with exotic oils. Yeah, you know what? I tried their standard blend or his base blend, whatever he calls it, and I was really impressed with just the base blend. I think using some, and I believe everything he has is now offered in a 1 ounce bottle too. Again, I get annoyed when I go to the website and I say, you know what, I'm not doing it. And that new one from Jolly Old Fat Man has a new one coming out tomorrow at 9 called Punched. The OJ blend is awesome. You don't even need a butter. You know what? I've just got the OJ blend in the Dage page scent, and I'm really looking forward to getting a chance to use that. I did get a kick out of the bottle because at first I really couldn't figure out. It's kind of unique and probably a really good idea. Hey, Gia, can you bring me one more thing? I have not tried Johnny Slicks. In fact, I don't know if I've even ever heard of that company. When I hear Johnny Slicks, it reminds me of that reviewer, Johnny something. And if you go in there, same general area, there's going to be a bottle of oil that looks kind of orange with a funny top on it. And DTB. Anointed, I actually have tried. I've got some I've got both the oil. Yes, please. Thank you. I've got both the oil and the butter in his barbershop. So far, I've enjoyed it. I did kind of feel bad about getting I tend to not love barbershops during the summer. I think of it more early spring, fall, winter scent. For some, often barbershops can just not be my thing in the summer. Something about a barbershop scent in heat doesn't work for me. But I caught a couple of cooler days and I've enjoyed it. In Copper John's Sage Juniper Cedar Orange. Okay, you know what? That must have been it. That's right. Isn't that one of his scents of the month that you talked about? I'm going to have to check out your video again. But Copper John's Sage Juniper Cedar Orange. That sounds different than what I remember, but because I'll tell you, anything with cedar and orange is going to be, right up my alley. And what else we got? Hey, Ben, I may be running out as soon as this live stream's over. I guess the Celtics are playing tonight. It might be the last game for them. We'll have to see. And please hit that like button. But I did want to mention I've got the orange blend here. It's kind of a unique look. I forget why. I haven't really used this yet. I did one night just kind of dump it on top of everything else I was wearing just because I wanted to get an idea of what it smelled like. But I've got to tell you, this funky little top here that you just squeeze it out of, I've been able to open it up and use it, but I'm not really sure what I'm doing to make it work or not work. But it is a unique little kind of dispenser approach. And probably a really good one because you're not going to get a lot of air in there. And I've got to take another. I just wanted to try the orange blend. I didn't really even look at I looked briefly at what the ingredients were, but I didn't give it a lot of thought because there's a big difference in the color. It looks like this really needs to mix together. Yeah, okay, now it's getting a little more. I don't know if it's the way the light's hitting it, but I'm really looking forward to trying this one out too. This is another one that I'll be reviewing over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. And juniper is very nice if mixed with citrus. Yeah, I forget what juniper smells like. I always thought it was more of floral. And so let's see what the oracle says. What does juniper smell like? So, what does the oracle say? The oracle says that okay, when you smell gin, you're basically smelling juniper. It's a touch of it has a touch of pine to it, a bit sappy, a touch bitter, but definitely fresh and powerful. So it's generally used in small doses. The berries are harvested from a small shrub like okay. So yeah, that doesn't tell me much. Smell like gin. And Daniel says it's very nice mixed with citrus, which I love citrus. Oh, that's right, the carrot tissue. Got it. In fact, I do remember hearing something about. I don't know where I read it or the video I saw. Maybe it was a DNC video. I don't know, but something talking about carrot tissue. Might have been a live stream. It might have been your live stream, but I've heard that it's got a lot of great properties or qualities. But yeah, so I've got a number of things that I'm dying to try or that I already have purchased and that I'm going to be trying. So let me run through my list and see what you guys think of what I've got here. Now, the companies that I'm planning to definitely try already made the decision. I've got an awesome discount code from Lux, so I'm definitely going to do that. Apex Beard Company, Avocado Beard. So those three companies I'm planning to purchase as soon as I get a few minutes to myself to really look over the websites and make some choices. But the companies that I've gotten today, and I'm going to be looking over the websites, are Barden, Oak City, Beard Gents, Bay Area, Bloom Beards, Fresh Beards, Elite Grooming, and Johnny Slicks. And I should add T3 to this because, to tell you the truth, I don't know if that, for all I know, it could be a year before that Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries comes back, which I am absolutely dying to try. And I did send, I forget his name from T3, a message asking if he could let me know when that becomes available again. And he said he will. I did a summer tip video, and I mentioned carrot oil has really high UV protection for hair. I think I've heard more than that. Old man Riffage, how you doing? Defined around the fur, try that. I got to tell you, Defined is one of those companies that I really truly love. That stuff just works so well for me. But I'm not a big fan of evergreen scents. Things like fir, spruce, pine, fir and spruce sometimes can work for me if it's in collaboration with other scents, but if it's out there at all, then I'm not really into it. Fir. I did try 8-bit. I tried his blackberry scent. I don't remember the name, as well as his peach scent. And I just got a message with a 33% code for Elite. And that is on my, it is on my list. Once I get to the website, I'm going to remember whether or not I've ever even tried Elite. I don't think I have. Yes, I did try Beard Baron once, but it was sort of the same situation that I had with Crusher's Creations. I got a scent that really just didn't work for me. I don't even remember which one I got or what it was. It wasn't even that it was bad scent. It was just a bad choice for me. So you know what? Maybe I should try Beard Baron. One really good thing about Beard Baron is he's out of Boston, if I'm thinking of the right guy, the guy with the hats, right? And which it's always kind of cool to order from someone that is a 45-minute drive from you because you get your order super quick. I kind of do dig ordering from companies that happen to be on the East Coast and only waiting, a day or two or three to get an order in. Whereas some companies, if they're out, sorry, Kevin, in Texas, it is a wait. Or, God forbid, another country, then you really. I ordered once from directly from that British company with the yellow containers. I don't remember their name, but it took about a month and a half to 2 months to get in. It was during COVID. It had to go through customs. It had to get shipped across, the ocean. So even getting something, for example, from Woolly Wizard in Canada, there can be big delays getting that stuff, getting it through customs. So Beard Baron, 7 potions. In fact, 7 potions was one of my biggest disappointments as far as their mustache wax. I had seen a video by Dan C where he talked about, if you want a true mustache wax, this is the way to go. And the video, when I saw it, was a few months old. I didn't realize that in the meantime, 7 Potions had decided to get rid of beeswax and go with some sort of weird vegetable wax. And it was the worst mustache wax I've ever tried in my life. And I don't even get the point of getting rid of beeswax to help the environment, because my understanding is the more beeswax that we use, the better off the bees are, because they're endangered, and the more beekeepers you can get interested in producing beeswax, the better off the bee population is. So I always thought it was kind of funny. I get companies being environmentally, concerned, but it always occurred to me that dumping beeswax isn't helping the bees. Yeah, 7 Potions. You like Grape Seed? His blend has it too, so you should enjoy it. Nicholas, I'm not sure which company you're talking. Oh, 8-Bit. Does he have Gia? Gia, I'll actually pay you for your service. I'm going to have my assistant, Primal Origins Beard Company. I love that oil. I got the, I think it was could you go over there and, the old time video games? I think it's on the second shelf from the bottom. No, up from there. And there should be one with like cartoon characters from like old video games. Yeah, Primal Origins Beard Company. I tried their unscented, I believe it's the Neanderthal. It really actually does have a bit of a scent, the natural scent of the oils. And you know what? I'm going to add that to my list, because there was something about the scents that were being offered at the time I bought it that none of them really kind of spoke to me. And now that some time has gone by and my tastes have changed, I want to take another look at Primal Origins, because I really, really, really enjoyed that. Beard Baron, that's on my list. And no, excuse me, I'm going to go and grab that. Coming right back, guys. I don't see it. Oh, right there, those. Okay. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I got two down, and then the peach one. My assistant's coming over here. You want to show off your tattoos? What's left of them?
No.
Come on, you can be a star. And Babasu, Castor. I can't even read. But I do not see Grape Seed. So Nicholas C. I thought maybe you were talking about 8-bit. West Y. I tried it, or did I try it? I think I tried Razorback. I don't know if I ever tried West Y. But I'm going to add it to my list of companies whose websites I'm going to check out. In Pink Peach. Yep, Pink Peach. And what is rest? I have Dr. Nick's Beard Company in my beard right now. Dr. Nick's, I must have seen some sort of review of Dr. Nick's, because that it's striking a chord, in my memory. And since there are only 7 people in here, has anyone tried Furry Hippie? Because there's so few people in here, I had purchased that when he first started up. I think I saw a video on GNC's channel, and I got some sort of orange scent, and it was the weirdest thing. I put it in beard, and I don't know what the problem was, but my skin got a little irritated. I pulled it out immediately and got it out, and that oil went bad so very, 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 very quickly. I think it went bad within like the 4 months, 5 months. But it was, when he first started. So I never did a review on it, because I felt like the only way I could do a review was if I contacted him, and I never got around to it. And I figured, why do I want to do, a hit video on a company? I didn't know if maybe it was not skin safe scent, but supposedly it was working with, the big reviewer. So you would think that something like that would have been taken care of. Yeah, somebody did a review on Dr. Nick. I think there was something kind of unique about Dr. Nick, if I remember right. I don't remember what it was, but I remember there was some sort of unique aspect to Dr. Nick's products that was kind of interesting. And I'm at 58 minutes right now. I just want to look up Dr. Nick's and see if I'm right, that there was something kind of odd and interesting about his products. First ingredient is grapeseed. I think there had to be something more than that made me curious about it. I'm going to have to go back and watch that video, because there was something about Dr. Nick's that I think was highlighted in the video that was kind of unique and out of the norm. But you know what? I'm going to add Dr. Nick's to the list. And the only thing that'll stop me pretty much from getting any of these, because I've got a lot of companies here, and I'm not going to order from, I don't know, how many companies do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 companies to check out. Yeah, that could be a lot of money. Let's say I'm a cheapo and average 30 per order times 16 equals, yeah, I'm not spending $480, in the next few days. I'm to the point where I have 57 bottles and I want to finish them. And you avoid the hype of new scents when they come out, and I'll give away oil from my, you know what? I love giving away what I've got. The other week, I sent out 3 packages. And the only thing that's really a hassle when you try and give stuff away is the postage. It was $22 to send out 3 packages, and you know, Dr. Nix has a beard sanitizer. I wonder if that might have been the unique thing. And that's kind of odd, a beard sanitizer. Yeah, now you got me curious, Ram. Yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah, I definitely want it. Are you all caught up on your tax work for your clients? No, no. I've got, a number of people that I I still have to get their stuff in. I've got a few people that I've finally gotten their stuff in. During this week, I think 3 people got me their final information. I just met with a new client today. And then I've got companies that are on extension where, I'm waiting for them to get me the information I need. 22, that's it. I sent small box to California for, wow, a small box to California for $24. Maybe these were just light enough to come in, because 2 were about $5.90 and 1 was like $11. Good chatting with you, Ram. And actually, we're at the 1 hour, 1 minute mark. So I usually knock it off around 9 o'clock, because we've got Willy Wizard Beard Oil Roulette at 9 o'clock, which should have just started 1 minute and 36 seconds ago. I appreciate everyone coming in. Sorry that Tyson didn't make it. Hopefully he'll be here some other time. And I appreciate everyone for coming in and kind of sticking with me. I hope I didn't do too bad, just trying to run with it. And go Celtics. Well, I think they're behind. They've got 2 wins. The Warriors, I think it is, have 3. I'm not much of a sports fan. I don't really care. But I don't mind, watching it with my brother and friends. Thanks, Russ. You have a blessed week, too. Thank you, Reverse Skunk Beard Man, here for your viewing pleasure. Mudcat Whiskers is 30% with Dad Beard Code, chatting with Nick. Yeah, I could swear he said 35. He might have misspoke. 30% is still good. So I've still got to take a look. I've been meaning to go to Mudcat Whiskers website every day for like the last week since I heard him say that, but just haven't gotten around to it. And one of the things I never really review butters, because the same way Erock was talking about the waste, having all these oils and trying to give them away, do whatever you can for them to not rot on the shelf, is I can't do the same thing with butters. And giving away butters, even after you swooped your thumb through it once, is kind of gross, so I avoid. In fact, even with hardly ever buying butters, I'd say I've probably got about 20 of them in a lot of my gut, for free. And I just can't see buying a butter, Nicholas, whose bomb is great. In fact, that reminds me, that company I was talking about with the sage in it that seems kind of out of place, but very interesting, also had a balm, not a butter, but Daniel the Bearded said the balm was really more of a butter than a balm. So before I head out, Nicholas, if you're still there, you can let me know which company you're talking about. Mudcat Whiskers. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm not much of a balm guy. I put it in tonight, and I don't know. I think right now it seems to be working okay, but a lot of times if I use a balm, I feel as though it just weighs my beard down a little too much. And what does Dakin say? I'm sure that there are, but I feel odd sending something with dig marks in it. Oh, your dad has a beard too? Hey, Dagan. Just wrapping up, Dagan, but thank you for stopping in. I'm kind of ending this for those who want to go over to Willy Wizard Beard Oil Roulette. It's still not too late to go over there and get in on the game. And again, I appreciate everyone for hanging out with me. I do apologize that Tyson didn't make it, but life gets in the way. And I'll see you folks next week. Thank you all for coming by. See you.